we're going to try this again. It looks like we lost signal or something there. Want to apologize to everybody that was listening. That was kind of crazy. But we'll try to get it fixed for you. I think we're back on the air, but let's try this again. We're going to play a little Josh Duncan for you. Going to do it again.
Job today, kicked off my shoes, put on my boots, ready to party like Hank. I took a shot and it hit the spot. Put on some cash on the radio dash and I'm heading to the parking lot. Gonna do it again, turn it up to 10 tonight. Gonna find me a girl who can dance and twirl and drink moonshine all night. Yeah, we're coming alive, let's take a drive. Four-wheel drive, gonna do it again. Gonna do it again. Slept in late, I'm not feeling that great. My world's still spinning, but I'm still willing to give it another try. In the blink of an eye, it was 8:45. And it's almost time, ain't no stop signs gonna slow me down tonight. Gonna do it again, turn it up to 10 tonight. Gonna find me a girl who can dance and twirl and drink moonshine all night. And we're coming alive, let's take a drive to a honky-tonk bar underneath the stars. Sleep in my four-wheel drive, gonna do it again.
Josh Duncan Band, little JDB was going to do it again. Live right here in the No Limit Studio, WG Radio with Stevie B. Not sure what happened a few minutes ago. We kind of lost signal and everything, so we had to restart everything all over again, which kind of sucks. But what we were talking about is Vincent Lamont Martin, who was released during the wee hours of the morning under the cover of darkness, who killed Officer Mike Connor in 1979, brutally murdered him on a routine traffic stop after Officer Connor pulled Mr. Martin over. He shot Officer Connor in the neck, got out of his car, stood over him, held a .357 Magnum roughly 4 inches from his face and head, and fired 4 more shots, ending the life of Officer Connor. Martin was given life plus 30 years. He pulled 40, and they've released him in the darkness of night, throughout the night, even though people in Virginia were fighting against it. The governor could care less what you felt and released him anyway. So there you go. I don't know what to say other than Governor Northam, to me, in my opinion, is an idiot. How's this guy going to get a job? You got 30 million people out of work. So I don't know. I want to talk to you about defunding the police departments. We've got groups out there that are yelling and screaming to defund the police department. Well, let me ask you something. And oh, by the way, we have city council members who are behind and supporting defunding the police department. So let me ask you, those that live in RVA, someone breaks into your house or trying to break into your house, you call 911. 911 answers the phone. And you start to tell them, hey, someone's breaking into my house. I need a police officer. Well, we don't have police officers anymore. We will have to send you a victim advocate over, someone in your neighborhood, and maybe they can talk this person out of breaking into your home and murdering you. So, how do you think that's going to work? Well, it's either that or the Wild Wild West. So be careful what you ask for. There's a lot of great officers out there. Yes. Are there bad apples in every bunch? Yes, there are. But don't hold the majority of these officers accountable for the ignorance of a few. Open your eyes, people. Be realistic. If it's anarchy you want, you're pushing for it. And I don't know that would be wise here. I don't know. I'm really disappointed, to be honest with you. I'm disappointed at people wanting to tear up statues. And you know what? If you want the statues down, that okay, fine. Keep protesting or keep pushing for it if that's what you want to do. But to go down there and deface and destroy them is not the answer. That basically just makes you look ignorant. And, I hear people say, oh, well, it's the only thing to get anything accomplished. Oh, the Boston Tea Party. Well, number one, the Boston Tea Party was totally different than this. Look, I am totally in support of the rights of all people. I am totally in support of if there are things that are offensive, I'm okay with people wanting to make change, but do it the correct way. The Robert E. Lee statue is going to be removed. There is a 10-day stay through the courts right now. But I, as far as my opinion goes, I put myself in the shoes of others, and I've said to myself, well, what if? If I was a black man, how would I feel about this statue? And I don't know. I think, number one, I would say, why should we be so proud of a second-place trophy? Granted, Robert E. Lee himself may have been this great general, but Robert E. Lee himself also said that the Northern Virginia battle flag, as most people know it as the rebel flag, should be put away, put in a museum, and never to be flown again, but yet people still fly it. And I don't mean you personally. If you personally want to have one, I have nothing against that. But I don't believe it should ever be on federal or state property being flown. As far as the statue goes, should it go to a museum or somewhere like that? I don't, I personally think that's where it probably belongs. Am I okay with it being torn down? No, I'm not. I'm not at all. But, someone made an ignorant comment to me today. Someone made an ignorant comment that says, well, if it's about history, it should still come down because you don't need a statue to teach history because you have history books. Well, number one, history books have been changed quite a bit. But I also said, and this person claims to be a Christian, my answer to that person was, well, then if that's the case, churches should take down all statues of Christ and all crosses because there's a book about them too. And maybe more people ought to read it. So they didn't like that too much when I came back with their own scenario. But hey, it is what it is, I'm speaking the truth. If you're going to compare things one way, you got to compare both ways. And that's just my opinion. So I don't want to bore you like I did last week. Last week I was very emotional, and I was sharing a lot of things last week. I've been called everything from a coward because I had a gun. I carry a gun. I've been called a racist because I don't know, because I carried a gun, I guess. I don't know how that happened. But everybody that knows me knows that's not the case. I carry a gun because I'm licensed to carry one. I've been trained to carry one. I am certified to carry one. But it seems to be these little young, snot-nosed, spoiled, rotten brats that I have run across that want to be keyboard warriors on social media. And they need to be a little careful, because a lot of times they're going to be talking stuff that they really don't know who they're talking to. And I worried that somebody's going to hurt one of these kids, because a lot of them are these little kids that want to make threats over the internet. And there's a lot of people on my page that wouldn't take to that very well. I'm just saying, you got to be smart. Social media has made a lot of keyboard Bruce Lee, so to speak. They talk really bad. I'm going to whip your ass, blah, blah, all this stuff on Facebook and Instagram and all these places, but hiding behind a keyboard. So it's getting ridiculous. It's getting absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, going to play a new one from, well, you've heard it a couple times here already on WG Radio podcast, but going to play one of the new ones by Danny Kinsey, who's one of my favorite local artists. His newest one, Neon Glow.
Yeah. I'm going to light it up. Come on now. Stack up the beer cans by the sink. Kill the last drink. Looking fresh, look at me. Roll in the club, music thunder. Check out the scene, a little island breeze. About to make some all-night memories. Shoulder to shoulder, saw her across the bar. Damn, who's that? Gotta find out. She hit me in the heart hard. I'm calling to see a spaghetti strap. It's a sun-kissed summer night. In the light of a tiki torch, my eyes lost her eyes. Man, where'd she go? Lost in the neon glow. This Jack and Coke needs a little Jane. Put it on ice, tip it on back. Where's she at? Gotta find out her name right away. Music thumping, I'm all in, feeling that island breeze. Trying to make some all-night memories. Shoulder to shoulder, saw her across the bar. Damn, who's that? Gotta find out. She hit me in the heart hard. I'm calling to see a spaghetti straps. It's a sun-kissed summer night. In the light of a tiki torch, my eyes lost her eyes. Man, where'd she go? Lost in the neon glow. Island breeze turns cold. Guess it's time to go. Pay the tab, turn around, get pushed back. Hey girl. Face to face, up against the bar. Grabbing my shirt, kissing on me. She hit me in my heart real hard. And dancing in a sea of spaghetti straps. It's a sun-kissed summer night. In the light of a tiki torch, her eyes found my eyes. Oh, here we go, getting lost in the neon glow. Deep in the neon glow. Hey y'all, I'm Danny Kinsey, and I listen to Wholesale Guitars radio podcast for some of the best RVA local music and artists. And now, here's Stevie B.